Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you cursed his name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. Nigga, don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga, that ain't good, game home is sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S.
Yo, hopefully my audio is good. But welcome to the S.C Experience, aka your boy Eric, man, and we back with another one. Okay, it does look good. The audio does look good. Okay, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's popping in. We are here to recap what happened today in the joint practices. I thought it was going to be on Wednesday, but it was today. So I was mistaken on that. But we had joint practice with the Patriots today, and let me tell you, we are winners in that, and it's good to see. Not only that, we're going to talk about some other Raider roster cuts. That 4 cuts today. One of them was already something that we talked about since yesterday. Of course, Kenyon Drake, and there's 3 others. On top of that, we'll talk a little bit of Darren Waller, and we'll talk about little other things around the Raider Nation. So shout out to everybody, man. Welcome to S.C Experience, aka your boy Eric Wing. Like I said, blessings to you guys all. Positive vibes heading your guys' way every time, and tough times never last, but tough people do, and you guys are some tough people. And one more time, happy birthday. Happy birthday to the GOAT. I consider. Everybody got their opinions, but Kobe Bean Bryant, hey, rest in peace and happy birthday to him today. But on that note, let me shout out everybody in the chat. What up, Prez? I have a ride. What's good, brother? Hope all is well. The king of moderators in the building. Terrence, salute to you. Egalitarian, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Hope all is well. And guys, I will recap again. I got to see the film, and there's some things to talk about there too. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. Robert Pena's in the house. What up, Robert Pena? What's good? What's good? Was Garrick is late shaking my no, I had it at 8 p.m. So I was on time. So screw you. But shout out to I think that's Shadow. Shout out to Cool Kev. Salute Cool Kev. What's good? Dominic 5. What's good? Salute to you as well. What's good? What's good? Icy Nate. What's good, my brother? Hope all is well. Jesse Cardenas Raiders all day, baby. You already know. You already know. This music and picture makes me think if Beverly Hills 90210 come out with the 2022 reboot. And shout out to Casper. What up, Casper? Hope all as well. James Purple. Raiders. Shout out to James, man. Salute to you. Jesse Cardenas, salute to you, brother. Let me see. I don't want to skip anybody. Let me see. Let me scroll. Scroll. My brother, All Eyes is in the building. What up? Salute. Says salute nation. Salute to you. Let me see. Shout out to Queen Raiderette. What's good, Queen? Good to see you here today. Hope all is well. My same to you, Bugsy. Salute to you as well. Good to see everybody here today. Facts. Happy B-Day, Kobe. 824. You already know what it is. So, let me see. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Salute to Raider Room. What's good? Let's get first to the Raider cuts. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. Remember to always
Stay hydrated.
stay hydrated. Let's get straight into it. We cut 4 players today. Kenyon Drake, we already knew they were trying to find trade partners. Nobody wanted to trade him. So, of course, he gets cut. Chris Jones, which is surprising. Actually, was surprising. And the reason why I say it's surprising, looking at the film, he didn't do too bad, in my opinion. I think he was decent. But hey, he has to walk. We have a lot of DBs on this team. Chris Lacey, I've been saying this. Why is he still on the team? Of course, he gets cut. And then, of course, Cravon LeBlanc, who was already on the IR, gets cut, sadly. That sucks. He got injured and got cut. But shout out to Cravon LeBlanc. Hopefully he gets a job somewhere. But with that injury, man, it could cost him a lot. Chris Lacey didn't do too much. Chris Jones had a pretty decent preseason. And Kenya Drake, of course, didn't step up to the plate when we needed him. As much as he did show signs of being good again, and he had to get more juice in him, it's just the stacked running back room, and I'm fine with the running back room here. So that is 4 cuts right there that the Raiders have done today. So let's get straight into the Patriots and join practice. Wait, actually, before I get to that, let me talk about the little film that I watched. Shout out to Lord Rochitas. Salute to you, Lord Rochitas. What's good? Raider Gabe, my brother. What's good? And Randy, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the chat, brother. If you guys can't hit that like button, stack them up. You already know how it goes over here, man. And subscribe. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We're slowly growing again, man. And I greatly appreciate everybody that's tuned in right now as well. So let's get to the film, right? I still want to show you guys a couple, but I'm gonna wait till the Patriots game, and then after that, I'll kind of grab the film overall. But what I've seen, just breaking it down, there's 2 significant guys that I want to give a lot of credit to. Jonathan Abram is one on the defensive side of the ball. He looks like he knows what he's doing on this defense. That guy, Jonathan Abram, is gonna have a remarkable year, and what I mean by remarkable, probably his best year yet. I know the injuries have been a concern with him, and I've been saying that too. But hopefully he could step it up. And so far in the preseason, it looks like he's more disciplined, more grasping the defensive playbook, the defensive scheme. And he looks like he's comfortable. And I love that all about Jonathan Abram. He's hitting well. He's covering pretty decently, probably better than last year. And the way he blitzes a lot, the way he gets utilized in the box is excellent. Just the way I've been wanting him to get utilized at. Another guy that I want to give a shout out to is, of course, another defensive player, and it's Tashawn Bauer. Tashawn Bauer, like I said, I talked about him a little bit yesterday. He looked really good. And I'm gonna throw another one. Jonathan Hankins looked like himself, looking at those plays that he made. Let me see who else. Keelan Cole looked good again. Keelan Cole looked pretty damn good. So I could see why Tyron Johnson, after the Jacksonville game, Tyron Johnson and Keelan Cole started stepping it up, man. And that's why Demarcus Robinson had to get let go. And now I understand fully. Looking at the tape, they look excellent. They're catching the ball. They're doing yards after catch. Their route running is amazing. And I could see why Nick Mullins got a little bit traded away. When you really look at his Stidham look pretty damn well. Even though he looks at one receiver a lot, I'm noticing that that's his number one target when it comes to that offensive scheme. So when he's drawing the play and already hiking the ball, he's looking at that one target that's supposed to be his first option, which it could get you sometimes in a lot of trouble when you're holding on to the ball too much and just looking at one person. There's other people wide open, which there was. Keelan Cole had 3 wide open opportunities, like a 50-yard easy pass if that was Derek Carr. But, of course, it's Stidham. He's a backup, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. Our running back room looked well. Brendan Brown looked well. We already know Amir Abdullah secured his spot. And, just looking at all these guys battling for a spot is amazing. On the defensive back room, there's 2 guys I want to point out. Sam Webb and Amik Robertson. The little conversation we had yesterday. Sam Webb did get burned a little. I'm admit it. Going back in the tape, you really see it. But also, Amik Robertson as well did get burned on some plays too. But overall, when you really look at these 2 players, the 2 young players, it's just who would you rather have? Younger or somebody that's been here for a while and somebody that could be utilized for special teams and slot and blitzing and tackling, or somebody that could have the potential to really cover and be a great defensive back. Darius Phillips looked well. Isaiah Brown, I believe his name is, looked really well as well. Those are some notable guys I just wanted to talk about real quick. But yeah, Fotheringham. Hopefully I said that right. And Horsted looked good on the tight ends right there. Shout out to Raider Ross. Young Raider, salute my guy. Raider Nation for life. You already know what it is. Shout out to Raider Ross. OG, Chronicles of the Black Hole. What's good, my brother? Hope all is well. And yeah, those are some notable guys I see. Shout out to Persian. Salute to you as well. Thank you guys for joining me. And I see more people joining as we go on. So if you guys can't spread the word, let them know I'm live. Let's get more people in here. And let's get straight to the next one. Let's go. Let me share my screen again. Let me go to this one right here. We're going to look at some joint practice notes, of course, that happened today. We won today, just saying. As far as winning in the joint practice, we looked really good. Davante Adams was nobody could cover him. That's all I would say. So here we go. Some offensive updates. Let me see. Let me go to ours. The former Green Bay Packers All-Pro, much of practice. Adams went 3-0 against top Patriots cornerback Jalen Mills in one-on-one drills and caught at least 7 passes, 7 on 7s and 11 on 11s, including a one-handed touchdown and a nifty toe tapper that beat tight coverage from Jonathan Jones, which Jonathan Jones, we all know, is their number 1 as well. Barbecue and Raider, what's good? What up, little bro? Just here supporting, do your thing. I appreciate it, Barbecue and Raider, man. Hit that like button for me, man, and I'm glad you are here and hope all is well. Jones later scored a rare win over Adams late in the practice, breaking up a pass from Derek Carr along the sidelines. Hunter Renfrow also gave the Patriots defense problems inside. He often was matched up against Miles Bryant, who's been New England's top slot option for the last week. Plus, Bryant won one of their 3 matchups on the one-on-ones, with Renfrow taking the other 2. After practice, Bryant called Renfrow, viewed an almost too obvious Patriot target before 2019, one of the league's top slot receivers. Miles Bryant goes up to say saw a lot of Hunter Renfrow today, called Renfrow one of the best slot receivers in the NFL, and said practicing against him is going to help him a lot. Another thing as well, the 4th round pick has a breakup of one-on-ones and another 7 on 7s, but also had 2 lopsided one-on-ones, including a rep on which former Patriots practice squatter created about 10 yards of separation, simply stopping his route. Like the offense, New England's defense finished on a high by overwhelming Carr and the first team offense in their final 11-11 on counter. That series had a 6-play, 2-minute drill featuring 3 Patriots sacks, a diving Adrian Phillips pass breakup, and a drawn hold with Matthew Judon, Jawan Bentley, and Josh Uche, all causing disruption in the backfield. So this is something I wanted to bring up. 3 Patriots sacks in a 6-play, 2-minute drill, 11 on 11. That is crazy. The offensive line allowed 3 sacks in the 6-play, 2-minute drill, 11 on 11 encounter their last series. That is concerning for an offensive line against their best pass rusher, Matthew Judon, starter, Jawan Bentley, starter, John Uche, starter. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Shout out to Alvarez. What's good? 9 more subs for 500. Congrats, brother. Hopefully you get there. Go subscribe if you haven't to Alvarez, man. Um, oh my God, who made that shit? I know who made that shit too. Um, I want to know who was the 5. Yeah, I want to know too. It doesn't show me here, but I'm pretty sure Terrence. It was obviously probably Leatherwood out there, Cotton, and people like that, right? SC, what's good? How did it feel to be old? A little JK. What's good, Milka Beezy? It feels good, man. But yeah, Terrence, 3 sacks in a 6-play 2-minute drill, 11-11 counter. Besides that, Davante Adams teared it up, and I got a little bit of a audio, guys. So you don't need to even for the people that are just listening in, this is good for you. But even if you're looking at the screen too, I got an audio I'm gonna play for you. It's about a minute. If you haven't, go check it out. Davante Adams was on the Pivot podcast, the same podcast Jamarcus Russell was in with Terrence Clark and them. Of course, if you go look at it, Davante Adams says something key, and I wanted to play this clip, not clip, but audio from that podcast. Shout out to Davante Adams. He talked about the pre-snap and what he does against cornerbacks, and he describes it. And he describes it well, and it gets me hyped up because he proved it on the field in the 11-on-11s, the 7-on-7s. He torched everybody, burned everybody, and I can't wait to see him. Right. So let me see. Let me play the audio for you guys. This is Davante Adams against corners, what he feels and what he does.
In front of me, I drop down to scroll 3 ideas of something that I want to do based off of, and this is pre-snap. So that's when the plan B kick in based off what you do. Because, I come off and I got the patented, I skip off and kind of hop off the ball. Yeah. But it's really an illusion, and I could talk about it. I could talk about it all day because at the end of the day, it's about the presentation. Like if you in front of me and I make you feel like I really want to get inside, and I really show you everything that looks like I'm getting inside, you got to respect that. And if you don't, I'm going to go inside, and I'm gonna figure out a way to go do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's really about the route discipline, and I get up there, like I said, I scroll down, three ideas of something I want to do. You right in my face. You playing soft shoe press, and you about 2 yards off. Boom, I got 3 for that. You off 5 yards, and you squatting on me. I got 3 for that. I'm going to get up to you. It's all about just killing that space and attacking, making DBs uncomfortable. And then now it's real life. It ain't about them drills you did, them backpedal drills you going and doing your 45. All of that is out the window when 1-7 running full speed at you, and I'm going to get this close before I make a move. And then it might be a plan B, but I'm going to make it look like play 1.
Hey, it was crazy. First off, I'm going to be honest.
That boy, Davante Adams, said, you throw all your drills out the way when I'm coming at you. He straight up said, point blank, all the drills as a cornerback you've done, everything you've done in training camp is out the window when I'm running against you. And I love that about Davante Adams, his demeanor and all that. And it's funny as hell because he knows what comes along and he proves it. Look at the 11-on-11. I know it's joint practice, but this guy has been unstoppable, both in training camp, OTAs, and here. We know what he could bring to the table. Hey, that boy Davante Adams is coming, and hey, there could be a possibility he'll probably have his best season. That means a lot, because he's had great seasons back to back and stuff like that. But this guy is coming here for business, and business is getting served. And I love that clip about him, right? Shout out to Jesse Cardenas. Let me see. Davante is a dog. Facts. For sure. DA Unstoppable Terminator Tay. Facts. So I wanted to bring up that clip because that's based on the joint practice as well. Like I said, he was on the Pivot podcast. He talked about it, and that's something that I wanted to bring up because I couldn't explain it any better. So, like I said, Hunter Renfrow looked good as well. I think I have one more thing to show. Let me see. Oh, Malcolm Kuntz. So Malcolm Kuntz apparently went down on the 11-on-11 stream, 11-11 joint practice, like the little 11-11 drill. Apparently Malcolm Kuntz fell to the ground, looked injured, but he got up and walked it off. That's the second time that Malcolm Kuntz gets a little bit of a knockdown, and it's concerning for me because it continues to happen. This is the second time in the offseason that he goes down. Even though he walks it off, it's kind of concerning because it's like already in a span of 2 weeks. In a span of 2 weeks overall, he's gone down twice, right? One in the preseason game against Minnesota, I believe, and another one right here in the joint practice. But he got up and walked off, so that is good to hear. On another news as well, what am I missing? Uh, like I said, Renfro looked good. Derek Carr looked good. I believe Jayon Brown got 2 picks and I think a pick six as well. Jayon Brown looked good in coverage. Picked off Mac Jones. Our defense looked pretty good on the pass and run. Both different systems. Also, what's very concerning is this offensive line. I want to touch up upon again. I've been saying this. Leatherwood is not a right tackle. He's a guard, and he should be stuck at guard. Looking over the film again, I kind of went sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach because the way he was getting burnt, the way he was getting beat was disgusting. And back to back to back. It's sad to see because I had high hopes for Leatherwood, but like I said, he's not a tackle. He's more of a guard, right? And yeah, Davante had me forgetting about our O-line. Facts. And that O-line is still a little bit of a concern that I wanted to bring up again. Hopefully, they could bring the best. How do I say this? Hopefully, we could get the best 5 out there against the Patriots so we could really see them against Judon, against their starting defensive linemen. Because I really want to see what they could bring to the table when the offensive line is gelling. And we got to have them gel because if you can't gel by week 1, it's going to be a little bit of a concern. And speaking of week 1, the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, JC Jackson is hurt and out for 2 to 4 weeks. So there is a big possibility that he could be out week 1 against us, which is their number 1 corner. Which, hey, I would never wish anything bad upon any other player. So fast recovers for JC Jackson. But that is a big impact if he's not there week 1 for the Patriots because that's their number 1 corner. On another note, we still got everybody in the IL. We got everybody back, like I talked about. Trayvon Mullen is probably going to get a couple snaps against New England Patriots. Bilal Nichols is going to get a couple snaps. I hope I see Colton Miller get some snaps. Denzel Perriman comes back, came back into practice. Josh Jacobs is back in practice. Both of those guys are back. Darren Waller misses another day once again. Very concerning. Very concerning with Darren Waller. The fact that he missed another practice is kind of telling me, what is going on, right? Overall, we're getting a lot of people back, which is good. We got to just take care of this offensive line. Hopefully, as long as anything is better than last year, we should be good, right? Even then, the amount of sacks we already allowed in these preseason games has been not so good at all. We let 5 in Jacksonville. We let 4 against Minnesota and 4 against Miami, which is not looking too good, right? Around 13 sacks already in 3 preseason games. 13 sacks in 3 preseason games. That is sad because it's preseason games and a lot of the starters weren't out there except for Miami. On top of that, if you really do the math in all the 17 game span, if you multiply it and you keep going down, you get a number around 68 sacks. If I'm not mistaken, the largest allowed sacks last year was Chicago with 56. So you can see the difference. If we go at this rate during the regular season, that means 68 allowed sacks. That's 14 more than last year. And hopefully I did my math right. From the highest allowed sack offensive line last year, which was the Chicago Bears. So it's very concerning. As much as people say it's just preseason, they're going to be fine. Most of these guys are the starting offensive line, except for Andre James. Andre James has been playing a lot of preseason, except for Andre James and Colton Miller. Besides that, 3 other guys that we've been playing a lot that's been allowing sacks are going to most likely be starters on this offensive line. So it's very concerning, right? Look at the Miami game. Cotton and Leatherwood looked fucking lost. And Barbecue and Raider, watching that film, you could see it. A lot of the stuff, they don't know how to switch off a lot. Most of the time, I've seen times that he would push, like, how do I say this? Cotton pushed their defensive lineman straight into our center. That caused the center to go like this, allowing the defensive lineman to go straight. So at this point, it looks like they don't have too much communication. I think communication has been a big factor with this offensive line not gelling at all. And before I continue talking about that, shout out to Raider F for Life. What up, sis? Hope all is well. Salute to you as well. He will probably play, but won't be 100. Let me see what Terrence says. Adams was killing the D facts. I'm more sick at the O-line coach for putting them out there at tackle and not as guard. Yeah. I get it. He wants people to be more versatile, but you could only do so much. Once you see a constant thing, it's time to change it up. Um, what you think happens to Palomar? Palomar had decent games until last week. When I seen the film, he did not have a good game against Miami at all. Missed tackles, misreads, late reactions. That's not what you want in a safety. And after all, I said Palomar was gonna make the practice squad, not the 53-man roster, but the practice squad. And overall, I've been saying this even before. So at the end of the day, Palomar, I feel like so far he's been in. Look, he's made 2 roster cuts already. He's still on the team. So they're gonna test him against the Patriots, and he has to do his absolute best to try to get to this 53-man roster. If not, it's gonna be exactly how I predicted, that he's gonna end up being the practice squad. But like I said, blown coverages, late reactions, and missed tackles. That's not what you want to see in a safety, especially playing that single high where you're desperately need to make that tackles. Cotton looked lost on every stunt they threw at him. He looked lost. Dylan Parham looked lost. Our guards looked lost. John Simpson looked lost. And that's all it does with communication, right, Barbecue Raider? You got to communicate with your people. You got to tell them, hey, here comes another one. I'm going to switch it off, all these things, right? I've seen a lot of times where our offensive line, our center, guard, and tackle would triple team a single guy and allow another guy to use a stunt and go straight through the strong A gap. And it's unbelievable that I'm seeing that, because at first when I seen it against Jacksonville, I was like, okay, it's just the first game. Then you seen it against Minnesota, and you're like, okay, why is it happening again multiple times? And then again, a lot of these sacks that were created by the opposite defense was stunts. And sometimes it was one-on-ones on that right tackle spot and that left tackle spot. Illuminor against Minnesota was horrible, but he was playing left tackle. Then seeing Leatherwood at right tackle getting beat, that caused a lot of sacks. But then most importantly, the stunts have been getting a lot of these guys a lot of miscommunication, misreads, and late reactions as well, and bad footing and footwork. That all has to be cleaned up. And this offensive line coach, Carmen Brasillo, I have a lot of faith in the guy. He's been a proven commodity, but he's probably working with arguably one of his lowest as far as talent level offensive linemen he's worked with in all of his career. And that's not bashing this offensive line, saying, oh, the Raiders offensive line is absolute trash. It's not absolute trash, because we still got people like Andre James that's been playing decent. We've seen Colton Miller play really, really well. And Cotton has had a decent preseason as well, and John Simpson as well. But I'm saying, when you really look at all the offensive lines that Carmen Brasillo has worked with, a lot of these guys have had a little bit of better overall talent. So he's got a lot of work on his hands. With a lot of these guys being from the last regime, he's working with a lot of guys that has a lot of potential. So in order to bring out that potential, you got to start really proving why you're that consistent coach and stuff like that. And no, I am not bashing anybody, like I'm saying, but I'm saying he has a lot of work on his hands, because that communication needs to get cleaned up, and cleaned up ASAP. Yep, communicating is key. Yep, facts. Andre James needs to teach guys about calling a pre-step. That's why people are lost. Facts. And that's what I'm saying. The communication, cool, Kev. They got to get it together if they think they're going to do anything during the season. Because the worst thing you could do is allow so many sacks on the quarterback, especially Derek Carr, that you could end up not only causing a fumble on Derek Carr on his blind side, or causing him to get injured. And that's the last thing we want, God forbid. So we need to clean up that communication, because if they communicate, a lot of those stunts won't work, and they'll look better overall, right? Hey, little bro, is it true JC Jackson is going to be out first game of the season versus Raiders? It's a high possibility, Barbecue Raider. I don't know what the injury is, but apparently, according to a lot of a lot of Charger sources and overall NFL news, they've stated that he is out from 2 to 4 weeks. In about 2.5 weeks, we play them. So there's a high chance that JC Jackson will not be there week 1. So yes, I will say there's a high possibility. I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I'm going to say it's a 75% that he will not be there, because it's 2 to 4 weeks that he's going to be out, and the season is right around the corner. Tell your 970s to show up. But yeah, what do you think about Jayon Brown dominating today during today's joint practice is not really a surprise. I see Nate. We knew bringing in Jayon Brown. He's been a top 5 coverage linebacker in the last 5 years, both statistically and on the field. The guy has beautiful footwork, has the speed to connect with wide receivers, especially slots. We all remember that one play against Juju Smith of him staying intact with him. And at that time, and still, even though a lot of people bash Juju Smith, it's because of his TikToks. If he stopped doing the TikToks, the guy is a great slot receiver. He's got the route running ability, the hands. He just needs to stop being egotistical and needs to stop with the TikToks. But we remember Jayon Brown stuck on Juju Smith like white on rice. And now seeing it on joint practices against Mac Jones when guys get the good grasp of going against starters, Jayon Brown looked excellent. Looking at one of the tapes of him taking it back, I seen it on Twitter. It looked really good. And that's what he could bring to the table. And having that 4-2-5 that Patrick Graham has been running a lot throughout the preseason. You see a lot of 4-2-5, 3-4, sometimes 4-3, but mostly 3-4 and a 4-2-5. You realize that you'll have Jayon Brown and you'll have Denzel Perryman that both complement each other. And if Denzel Perryman could clean up a little bit of his coverage, which I'm pretty sure he is, you got Jayon Brown, Denzel Perryman, your defensive line, your outside linebackers, and you also got your 5 defensive backs in the back. Trayvon Merrick, Jonathan Abram in the box. You got Rock Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett, Nate Hobbs. That's a beautiful defense if you tell me, because at the end of the day, with Jonathan Hankins really elevating and looking good, and then having Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, all you need to get is that pass rushing DT, and that defense will look really good, man. It looks good on paper, and I like this scheme because it's a lot of discipline, and discipline has been one of the most worries we had last season, and now we see the discipline on the field. What's your next surprise cut? So, of course, with the 53-man roster happening very soon after this week, next week on the 30th of August, I believe, and the 31st is the practice squad signings and stuff like that. I really believe that, how do I say this? I think a surprise cut could be Amik Robertson. It could be Amik Robertson. It could be, I'm trying to think. Mac Hollins would be a surprise cut, but you did say what's your next surprise cut, so that's not my next surprise cut. I think my next surprise cut would be Amik Robertson. I think another guy, I'm going to give you an offense. I would say Alex Bars, Barton, but they're not very surprise cuts. At this point, surprise cuts would be people like Neil Farrell Jr. or like we just seen Kenyon Drake. Even though we seen the writing was on the wall, it's still like, oh snap, like we thought he was going to be really good in the system. Besides that, yeah, it could be Sam Webb as well. It could be Sam Webb, another offensive lineman surprise cut. You could see Isaiah Brown get out of there. You could see Teamer maybe. You could see maybe a surprise cut like Brandon Bolden, maybe. Even though it looks like he secured his spot not being there, but still he hasn't played a snap, so maybe that's concerning, right? And that's, hey, cool, Kev, just speaking in facts, Leatherwood could be a surprise cut as well. We don't know how they feel about Leatherwood. We know how we feel about Leatherwood, especially at that right tackle position. But what happens if they don't even give him a chance at that guard position? Then at that point, they would cut him and then boom, like, or even trade him. And that would be like, whoa, right? We've seen it with Gillespie. We've seen it with Brian Edwards. This team does not care if you're a rookie or they release Kenyon Drake or if they have to take cap hits. They're willing to get rid of anybody that doesn't work good, right? Shout out to Snoop. Salute to you as well. Hope all as well. Salute to Rated Down Under, man. Ozzy, what's good, brother? If you guys can't hit that like button for me, what's your thoughts on linebacker Curtis Bolton? I like him. Looking at the film last week, especially, he had some really key plays. He was the guy that caused the safety as well. Great way to chase down the quarterback and great way to have your hands up and force the quarterback to hold on to the ball. Of course, with Curtis Bolton, he also had a little bit of a missed tackle here and a bad coverage there, but he's been looking good and a guy that could easily get on this practice squad. I think for Curtis Bolton, he's fighting for a practice squad position. I don't think he's fighting for a 53-man roster. I think he's fighting for not getting fully cut. I think it's more of practice squad, in my opinion. But we will see what happens, right? Shout out to Joel. What's good, Joel? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Waller getting cut. That's another one. Waller could be traded. As much as I would love Waller in this situation, he's been somebody that overall he's been playing a lot of, you could say, games. Some may say games. Some may say that's a contract situation. Some may say it's his hamstring. Others may say that he's just trying to get his mind right. There's so many possibilities, but at this point, he needs to get it together because he could easily be on the chopping block and the trading block, especially. Waller getting traded to Las Vegas Aces to be with his girlfriend, facts, man. And all those things Josh McDaniels is not fun with. So if Ziegler, Josh McDaniels, and Champ Kelly all sit down and say, hey, Darren Waller, we're trading you because we haven't seen too much of you, always a possibility, right? If Waller is not a Raiders week 1, I will cry. And that's the thing. He could be a surprise cut, surprise trade. I'm going to say surprise trade. And Cleve Farrell is back as well. Thank you, Ozzy, for that. Cleve Farrell is back as well. So everybody's back except for Darren Waller. Cleve back at practice. Good to see. Want to hear big things coming out. Join practice the next preseason game. I've been a big supporter of Cleve. How do I say it? Wait. Coming out of joint practice the next preseason game. I've been a big supporter of Cleve, but I expect to see a lot of him next preseason game. I do too. And he's got to step it up because with Malcolm Coons and Sean Bauer all stepping up, he got to fight for that second row. And in order to do that, he has to have an exceptional or at least a pretty good Patriot game against the Patriots, right? No, that's not a fact. That was goofing around. What do you mean? Oh, well, I mean, it is a fact that he could be traded, though. 83 balling out this year. We got this. I hope so. I don't want him to get traded, but his actions and everything that's going on, this regime doesn't play around. They don't care what what players think. They don't care what fans think, what supporters think, what the media says, what your contract says, if you're a rookie or a veteran, if you're not what they want and they see things that you're not buying into this team, you are out of here, right? The good thing is Waller did come out in the beginning of the offseason saying that he's all about the football aspect of things, right? The football aspect of things, and all that stuff. So hopefully, hopefully he could step it up, right? They're not trading Waller, and Waller isn't being cut. Terrence, you never know. At this point, this regime doesn't give a shit. They don't give a shit. I'm not saying they're gonna trade him, but I'm saying everything is a possibility when it comes to this regime, no matter what player you are, except if you got an extension. So far, him not being there doesn't look good, right? But I would love him to really step it up and hopefully come back by hopefully tomorrow and hopefully Thursday. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow and we see Waller has been back in practice because I really want to see him on the field. He could really, really, really help this offense even more than what it's already helped, right? But yeah, overall, Waller on this offense would be amazing. I mean, he could easily get back into the top 3 tight end conversation if he's back on his feet and back in a good headspace and comes back healthy, right? Hopefully right now they're just taking precautions and telling them to stay home so he misses practice purposely so he could get better and recover faster. But yeah, right. Terrence, I'm praying you're right. He definitely won't be traded. I hope not. It would show how idiotic this regime is. I don't think idiotic. I think it's his actions don't look good at the end of the day. Not being there and stuff like that. It's like it wouldn't really be on the regime. It'll be more on them. But if the regime's telling them to stay back and hold back on the practice, then that's good because that means they just want them to recover and stuff like that. And I'm hopefully that's it, right? Shout out to Auntie Six. What's good, my brother? Facts, but Waller is Carr guy, quarterback happy, team happy. But I just want to make this clear. I'm not saying it's a guarantee they're going to trade him, but I'm saying this regime doesn't give a fuck who you are. We've seen it constantly, right? We've seen it constantly with it, right? We go from elite offense to good offense without Waller. I think we'll still be I think we're a good offense right now just because of this offensive line. If Derek Carr don't got time to sling that shit, you can't be elite. If you don't have a good offensive line, you're not elite. I forgot the saying. You can only go as far as your offensive line, defensive line, your trenches. It always starts off from the trenches. And if this offensive line doesn't get it together, it could be really concerning. But with Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow, two of the top 5 route runners, in my opinion, coming to the table, they could cause separation quickly, and we wouldn't have to have that much time on the offensive line. And that's what I love about this receiving core in general. And even Darren Waller, he could easily get separation as well. So having those 3 guys, 3 great route runners, and 3 great players, guys, he wouldn't need that much time anyways, because we all know Derek Carr has one of the fastest releases in the NFL. It's proven, it's been shown, it's been reported, and that is good. A quick release quarterback with quick release, first step, explosion, good catching, great route runner, receiving core. Hey, sky's the limit, right? Being at the Ace game instead at the preseason game made him look suspect. It did. It honestly did. Whether it was maybe he got the go around. That's more of Mark Davis's fault for getting the go around. But still, overall, Josh McDaniels was not happy with it. You could just tell by body language. And even with the players, we don't know if the players haven't came out and said anything. So that means they're probably cool with it, which that's why I'm not really paying too much attention to that. But overall, it did make him look a little bad, right? Hopefully they put Mullen on the pup list. Honestly, Waller has been irritating me since last year. I love him, but still. Hey, shout out to Thrash. Yeah, a lot of people have mixed feelings on Waller, and hopefully Waller could come back, right? But wasn't the report is that they said he can go? Yes, that was the report, and that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Ray Love. What's good, Ray Love? Good to see you. Hope all is well. I think that Waller manager in Raiders and contract talks at the end of the day, Ziegler saying I ain't paying anything till he proves it this year, and Waller under contract for the next 2 years. That's probably what it is. We all know how clutch sport is, but they don't got too much power in the NFL, which is good, right? So overall, we got to see tomorrow, because I think if there's one day that Waller will come back, that is tomorrow, Wednesday, August 24th. I think that's the day he comes back. And if he doesn't come back again tomorrow or even Thursday, that concerns me full blown. Full blown. And then once I go to the game on Friday, I'm not going to Vegas, but I'll be doing a play-by-play. We'll see how things transpire and see if Waller can make it by tomorrow, because they have joint practice again tomorrow, I think. So following tomorrow, hopefully he could come back and practice. But I think, like I said, if there's one day that he would come back, it'll be tomorrow. Coach McDaniels looked pissed when asked that question. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Ray Love. What's good? But yeah, overall, the joint practice looked really good for our offense. Even the offensive line did allow 3 sacks, but that was at the last series, which is good. Overall, like I said, I can't wait for Friday. And like I said, I'm trying to work on getting somebody in the Patriots community to come on the channel and talk with me and previewing Friday's game to see what players they're willing to join in and stuff like that. And that would be on Thursday. My preview will be on Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be live tomorrow, because I got a lot of work to do as far as schoolwork and work in general. But yeah, so I think it's his injury. And yeah, it's a lot of things. It could be his injury, contract. Nobody knows at this point. We know he is injured. He has a hamstring injury, and that has to be very, very caution, very, very careful with it. And that's why he's not there. Most likely, the coaching staff told him, hey, go over there, stay aside, go stay at home, recover, and then come back in a couple of days. That's probably what they told him, right? And that's probably why he went to the practice and then left the practice after, because he realized that he doesn't want to tear it or anything, right? How many sacks did our defense have on the joint practice? That's, I'm not sure, actually. It doesn't look like this has what happened. Yeah, it doesn't show me here. Let me see. I haven't seen too much of our defensive line getting sacks. Hopefully, let me see. Let me see if I can find it for you. Through 15 training camps, practices, 11-11, the Patriots didn't look too good. Defense holds up. DBs 1-on-1. Other notes. Yeah, it doesn't look like too much, actually. Yeah, it doesn't look like sacks. I'm not sure on that one. Not sure. Haven't seen anything about the defensive line. Hopefully I could get some by tomorrow. Some news, because but I haven't seen anything about defensive line. It was more about the defensive back versus wide receiver group that was more intact and more in general. That was more of the news today. Defensive backs versus the wide receivers, and our wide receivers beat their defensive backs. Our quarterback looked good. Mac Jones threw 2 interceptions, which means pretty damn well for our defense. Jayon Brown, shout out to Jayon Brown, looked really good today in joint practice. So we might see some of these starters. These 11-on-11 drills might be the same 11-11 that's going to be out there on Friday's game. Remember, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I believe, if I'm mistaken, right? I see my brother's a Patriot. He said there's media was downplaying it. Hey, I would imagine too. I would imagine too. Let me see something. Okay, I have to see this. Give me a second. Let me see. It's not showing me here. Why? What the heck? I don't know why it's not showing me. This is really weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing me. Wow. What the hell? SC was at you on the A's game. No. 91 Nichols playing on joint practice. Everybody was back except for a couple people like Waller and stuff like that. Let me double check for you real quick because I want to make sure that I got my facts right when it comes to it. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. What I do know is the defensive line played really good run defense. Our run defense was pretty damn amazing. The run defense looked really amazing, so that's good to see. Okay, here we go. Players that were not here today in practice. Brandon Parker was not at practice today. Digger Munford was not at practice today. Darren Waller was not at practice today. Jacob Hollister was not at practice today. Chris Lacey was not at practice today. Chris Jones was not at practice today. And Matthias Farley. We know Chris Lacey got cut. We know Jones got cut. But Matthias Farley was not there. Jacob Hollister wasn't there. Darren Waller, Munford, and Parker wasn't there. So that means Bilal Nichols was on that field. I just want to see one throw DC Towns downfield, just one to keep me going till the week 1 facts. Holy shit, our defense constantly facts. Yo, go. What's good? Van City? Good to see you, my brother. Hope all is well. Boston media is saying that they were running very vanilla plays, but Patriots beat writer said Raiders straight dominated. And yeah, we straight dominated. They're trying to downplay it. The Patriots looked pretty damn horrible. See, look at. Let me show you something. Let me share my screen on this one. Look at this was the Patriots article right here. This is the Patriots article right here. Through 15 training camps practices, the Patriots run game has struggled to gain any positive momentum. Lining up against the Raiders on Tuesday, similar issues continued. In the first 11-11 session, New England just had 1 positive run mix in between 3 run stuffs. Their story continued later on as the 4 Patriot run across 2 11-11 sessions resulted in 4 stuffed attempts. Success was also hard to find in the pass game early for New England. In 11-11 work, the passing attack started with a would-be sack and a play-action completion to Kendrick Bourne. After Jones then found Davante Parker up the seam for a touchdown separation red area session. The unit followed with 2 incompletions, then a drop by Kendrick Bourne. Things did not get much better in the next series as a completion to Nelson Aguilar was followed by 2 incompletions and a Jones interception by linebacker Jayon Brown to end the drive. Their offense did come back to life in the final 2-minute drive. The Jones going 5 for 6 with the completion to Hunter Henry, Jacoby Myers, Davante Parker, Juno Smith, and Kendrick Bourne for a touchdown. It was an impressive bounce back, but the early struggles were, as noted, Andrew Callahan of the Boston Herald, perhaps the worst they've seen all summer. Davante dominates. In case you missed it, Davante Adams looked really good. The Raiders wideout made quick works of Jalen Mills. Their defense hold up. Besides Adams doing Adams things, the Patriots defense held up in completion team drills. The unit got off in a shaky start, pass coverage, but eventually regrouped and stalled the Raiders' offense. Jonathan Jones had a pass breakup and a throw intended for Adams. In New England's defensive line continued to impress, making life difficult for the Raiders' run game and piling up 3 would-be sacks: Matthew Judon, Josh Uche, and John Warren Bentley on the final drives. But yeah, that's it. That was some of the news. That was some of the news as far as them, right? Sue is the missing link. Could be, man. Shout out to Edgar Bonilla. What's good? And thank you for everybody joining me. Shout out to Jaw Raider, man. Hopefully I can bring some positive things to you, Jaw Raider, man. Hope all is well, brother. Can't wait to lay the ass whooping. Facts. I'll be happy to have Sue on the team. Sounds like Aguilar is doing awful. They should release him, huh? But yeah, we are Ndamukong Suh away from being a top 10 defense. Okay, Bad City. Hopefully. Hey, we'll see after these roster cuts, right? The 53-man roster. So that now that we have more people in here, I'm going to play the clip again. It's audio. So remember, y'all, hey, all you need is some earphones, or if you have me on speaker, here we go. This is Davante Adams talking about going against defensive backs. We've seen that he dominated in the 11-11 drill, but he got on the Pivot podcast and talked about him against defensive backs. So let me give you the little audio now that we have more people in the chat. I got you guys right here. So here you go.
Line based off of what you're doing, and I put my Terminator mask on. And if you right here in front of me, I drop down to scroll 3 ideas of something that I want to do based off of, and this is pre-snap. So that's when the plan B kick in based off what you do. Because, you know, I come off and I got the patented, you know what I'm saying, I skip off and kind of hop off the ball. Yeah. But it's really an illusion, and I could talk about it. I could talk about it all day because at the end of the day, it's about the presentation. Like if you in front of me and I make you feel like I really want to get inside, and I really show you everything that looks like I'm getting inside, you got to respect that. And if you don't, I'm going to go inside, and I'm gonna figure out a way to go do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's really about the route discipline, and I get up there, like I said, I scroll down, three ideas of something I want to do. You right in my face. You playing soft shoe press, and you about 2 yards off. Boom, I got 3 for that. You off 5 yards, and you squatting on me. I got 3 for that. I'm going to get up to you. It's all about just killing that space and attacking, making DBs uncomfortable. And then now it's real life. It ain't about them drills you did, them backpedal drills you going and doing your 45. All of that is out the window when 1-7 running full speed at you, and I'm going to get this close before I make a move. And then it might be a plan B, but I'm going to make it look like play one.
Hey, like, what's crazy, first off, I'm going to be honest.
That boy Adam was talking that shit. He was speaking them facts. He said every time he lines up against a defensive back, woo, he said it. He don't give a damn if you had backpedaling drills or any defensive back drills when you're lined up against 1-7 running at you. Hey, you already know. And rush up Raider twice. I've been doing people in their face. Shout out to Raider Talk, my brother, man. Hope all's well. Avakazi was good. I was talking about Munford. Munford missed practice again today. He missed practice again. So hopefully that injury is not severe, but we will see. And facts, Terrence, it's day to day. I don't have no information. All we know, it's undisclosed, but he missed practice again. Hopefully he could get better. Cleve Farrell returns today. Who else returns? Josh Jacobs returns. Denzel Perriman returns. Munford missed practice. Darren Waller missed practice. Of course, Jacob Hollister missed practice. Brandon Parker missed practice. And Matthias Farley. And people that got cut, of course, people that got cut today, for everybody joining me, was Kenyon Drake, Chris Jones, Chris Lacey, and Crevon LeBlanc, all cut today, and making it 80 people on this roster now. And in about a week, there will be 27 people cut. And those 27 people cut, we will be here to cover it. Good to see you. 2 for 1, Twan. What's good, Twan? So overall, yeah. That was Davante Adams talking about going against DBs. And if you guys can, please hit that like button for me. Hopefully you guys could hit that like button for me on the for me, stack them up. What's the deal? AR, did you clip the bad thing? SC, are you all worried about Darren Waller? I'm not worried. I think where I'm going to start worrying a lot is if he misses tomorrow and misses Thursday and then misses Friday. If he misses the next 3 days entering the next week, I'm going to be a little bit worried and a little bit more concerned because I'm giving him these next 3 days to come back. Because if he doesn't come back, then that makes me feel like, ooh, there might be something that happens, right? I hope Illumina gets the right tackle job because he's been proving it in camp and his preseason performance, not because it's just by default. Facts. Yep. Him and Munford have been both producing, and hopefully they could get a lot of reps on Friday, and hopefully Munford comes back so they could battle it out and see who does better, right? Because there's going to be a lot of starters that play for the Patriots. What up, y'all, Raider Maniacs? What's good, Willie Wayne, man? Hit that like button for me. Shout out to my brother Pyro. What's good, Pyro? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Shout out to Nutty Raider Nate. What's good? Don't like Adams giving away all his tricks. Facts, man. But he talking that talk, man. I love that he's talking that talk. He said he don't give a shit if you're the best DB, the worst DB. I mean, I'm just putting words real quick. I'm just putting words in his mouth, but it sounded like that. He said he doesn't care if you did drills. He don't care if you did practice. That's all out the window when you're going against 1-7. And I love that the way he talks. But yeah, hey, some of the tricks he needs to hold off. You got to hold off. But we know what he could do, man. Even with talking, he's producing. And today in joint practice, here was the highlights of today's practice. Hunter Renfrow as well, both executing well route runs and beating their number ones and two corners over there from the Patriots. I think he's just dealing with the hammy injury and isn't quite 100% facts. It could be that because a hamstring injury, we know how difficult a hamstring injury can be back. And probably that's what happened. He went into practice, and then I guess the hamstring was a little bit bad, and they didn't want to keep bringing him to practice and end up tearing it. So they instead told him to probably most likely stay at home and recover faster, right? I hope so. It's that, but we got to see the next 3 days what happens, what transpires. If there's one day that he comes back, I said this earlier, is tomorrow, Thursday, and hopefully Friday. But we'll see what happens, right? Damn, didn't even know you went live. I kept looking. Hope everything is good. I appreciate that, Sean. And yeah, if you have my bell notifications, you got to reset it. Turn off the bell notification and then put the bell notification back again. That's how the notifications work. YouTube has been weird lately. But I always said this, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Discord and just look around anywhere from 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Always check YouTube to see if I'm live. You click the live button and I should be live, or I should have a live set up at least an hour before I'm live. Shout out to Nutty Raider Name, man. I appreciate you joining me, brother. Salute to you. Hope all is well. But yeah, so, and Terrence is dropping the links right there, the link tree and everything, and the Discord. So we got about a couple more minutes, and I just wanted to touch up upon one more thing. Actually, not touch up upon one more thing, but overall, go summarize what happened today. And those hammies are so sticky. You want to make sure he's 100%, not 98. We need that bay to eat opposing defenses for dinner. Facts. Adams said himself in the interview, he could tell what he's going to do, and you still can't stop it. Facts. He said he got 3 plays for you, playing 5 yards back, 3 plays for you. If you're playing 10 yards back, 3 plays, you're not going to know, because once 1-7 is lined up against you, all those drills you did is out the table, and I love that, man. Truly dominated today. I had to update my YouTube this morning. Yeah. So let me take this off. So overall, once again, happy birthday to Kobe, the Mamba. But overall, we did dominate today. Overall, summarizing before we head on out, the Patriots, they threw 2 interceptions. Mac Jones throws 2 interceptions, both to Jayon Brown, 1 a pick 6. On top of that, our offensive line allowed 3 sacks in the last series on 11-on-11, which is concerning. Besides that, Derek Carr and Davante Adams was connecting on all cylinders. There was one time that Davante Adams got a little bit pass deflected, which was by Jonathan Jones. I'm not sure who it was again. But he had 1 pass breakup. But besides that, Adam torched their whole defense. Not only that, Hunter Renfrow had good plays and beat them. 2 out of the 3 times he went 1-on-1 against their best slot corner. On top of that, our defensive line caused a lot of disruption in the middle. On as far as the run defense looked really good. Our run defense looked excellent. The pass defense was looking good in the first couple of 11-11 drills and 7-on-7, but the last series was probably where the Patriots beat us in the last series of the 11-11, but all the other ones, we beat them. So overall, we won today in joint practice. It looked really good. All the starters were out there. Like I said, Darren Waller wasn't there. Munford wasn't there. Hollister wasn't there. Matthias Farley wasn't there. That's the only people not there. We had Cleve Farrell come back today. Josh Jacobs come back today. And Denzel Perriman all come back today, right? So those are all guys. Do they joint practice tomorrow? I think they do. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, they have joint practice tomorrow too, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Can somebody correct me? Can somebody let me know? They have joint practice tomorrow as well, right? Or is it just training camp tomorrow? I'm not sure. Can somebody please let me know? Because I thought joint practice was going to be on Wednesday. Yep, they do for sure. So we'll have more news tomorrow. And if anything else breaks out, I'll go live tomorrow. But like I said, I got a lot of things to work on tomorrow. So maybe I won't go live until Thursday. And Thursday will be the Patriots versus Raiders preview with me. And hopefully I could bring on a Patriot guy that knows the Patriots more than me, so he could talk about his team and overall. But we'll see. I'm working on it. If not, it's going to be me and a couple guys that you usually see on my channel, and we will break it down for Friday's game, which Friday I will be live play by play. I know a lot of people are going to be busy heading to Vegas and maybe being other places, but hopefully everybody could stay tuned and come on in and hang out with me in a watch party and have fun, and we break down the game, and I'll do the play-by-play for you. For if you can't watch it, I got you. Trust me, and I'll break it down as time progresses. It's a fun time overall. I'm gonna have a drink. You feel me? 21 now. Have a drink there. Have some food. Everybody enjoy. We have a fun time and just chill, lay back, and watch some Raiders football. Right. So that'll be on Friday. Thursday will be the preview. So stay tuned for those two shows. Tomorrow you will not see me. I'll probably drop some shorts. I'm gonna start doing some shorts. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. So I'm gonna upload some things so you guys can see it as well. Eric, what's the possibility that the starting online week 1 that we saw today could be, but we will see against Friday to see what transpires after that. Then we'll have a better understanding who could be the starting offensive line. What up, Black Trunks? Hope all is well. I'll be there, kid. I can't go to Vegas, stupid babies. It's all good, Van City. Brother, I'm glad that you're going to stay tuned for me. Hopefully you can stay throughout. If not, you guys could come out of the live constantly and help me out with the algorithm as well. Hit that like button and all that, and subscribe if you're new, and spread the word that I'm going to be live in the play-by-play as well. I think we need to trade for a right tackle for 1 to 2 years. That's proven. The draft one high next draft. That's actually right tackle in college, not guard, not left tackle, and actual right tackle. That'll be good too, right? Congrats on 1K. I appreciate that, Black Trunks, man. But yeah. So, guys, until next time, y'all, this was the joint practice little thing. Just wanted to come on here for an hour. I will be live on Thursday and Friday. Friday, the play-by-play. Thursday, the joint practice. And guys, blessings upon blessings. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And you guys are awesome, tough people. And if you haven't yet seen my outro, I have a new outro. So hopefully you guys can stay for the last 30 seconds to see the outro I got. Shout out to Prez. Please look at the outro at the end. Haven't been on YouTube, but I'm back just in time. Season's going to be lit. Facts, Back Chunks. I'm glad you are here, and I appreciate all the kind words. Good show, bro. I appreciate it. And until next time, y'all, it was the SC Experience, aka Boy Eric, man. And remember, keep it positive, y'all. Keep it positive. Here is my outro, my new outro, man.